Everyone's like, oh, you're young, you're 24, they're like, explore your options, sow your wild oats. I don't want to explore my options anymore. I've been exploring. Been batuta out here. It ain't sweet. I actually want to like be someone's wife and be married.
I am really fed up with the whole dating scene in Puerto Rico, okay? Maybe it's just the West Side. I don't know if it's a West Side thing, but it is so hard to find an eligible bachelor. I don't get it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know if maybe it's just because I'm using online dating and I should just get off the dating apps. I don't know. But it's like, how else do you meet somebody on this island that is close to maybe what you're doing with your life or able to travel a little bit, somebody that has a passport? It just seems like the pickings are slim. Not a lot of men seem to have a job, let alone a good job, or a passport. Like, why don't you have a passport? And I don't know if it's because I'm divorced and now I live alone that I am like hyper independent and hyper masculine because I have to do everything, or because I need to do everything for myself. I don't have somebody that's going to be buying me things and treating me to dinner and doing XYZ. That, of course, I wish I had a man in my life that treated me well and spoiled me. All women want that, okay?
See, they don't have it all figured out here. I don't care what guys are talking about. Even the younger ones. You gotta think about this too. All these great options of younger men. Younger men need to stay in the shadows. They need to build. What can you really do for a chick when you're a younger guy? You don't have it all figured out. You don't. And then by the time you're an older guy and you have it figured out, you're like, bro, that was all smoke and mirrors. I don't care about that. I done bossed up. I done leveled up. If a woman's not going to come around and actually prove herself, you know, they don't like hearing that. She's going to earn it. They don't like hearing that. I'm good off of that then. I'll date casually. The women that are really interested in me, I ain't going after no woman that's looking for this and looking for me to do this. No. It's all smoke and mirrors. And they like to be single. You know, they're running around. Yeah, it's better to be a single woman. Single women are happy. Yeah, they like to be single because they can go as they please. They can come as they please. They don't have to answer to anybody. They don't have to live up to a certain standard. They don't have to do any of that. They don't have structure. They don't have order. So they like that. But then in the end, they want the structure and the order, because if they don't have that, all they have is their emotions. All they have is their feelings. And that ain't enough to go by. That's not enough to go by. So the thing is, they want a guy who's disciplined. They want a guy who's masculine. They want a guy who's going to be competent, who's going to be a leader. But even when they get it, they don't know how to handle it because they've been single for so long, being able to go and come as they please with no standards, that they mess it up anyway. Roll the clip.
I have been outstricted. Last night, I was supposed to hang out with a guy, and I was fucking around all day, and he was like, okay, like, let's do something at 6, but I was like, no, like, let's do something closer to, like, later, because I have to go shopping. So it's, 6 p.m., and he's like, hey, like, what time do you plan on coming over? And I'm like, oh, I'll come over at 7. He's like, I don't recommend that, because I have to start getting ready for bed at, like, 8:30, and I'm like, what do you mean you have to? It's a Friday night, mind you. And he's like, yeah, like, I just go to bed super duper early. He's also a 5:30 a.m. gym bro. And I get over there, and he's like, why'd you take so long while you were shopping? And I was like, because. And he was like, okay, well, like, you're gonna have to leave in like 30 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean I have to leave in 30 minutes? So I'm thinking that he's kidding. We're hanging out, we're having a good old time, we're chatting, his dog's there, I'm playing with his dog, he and I are yapping. Got the clock, he looks at me and he goes, you gotta go. And I'm like, what do you have to do tomorrow? Because we go to the same gym. I know the gym doesn't open till 8. So what the fuck were you doing? And he's like, Sally, like, I'm not gonna let you mess up my sleep schedule. And so then he basically kicked me out.
And I'm so glad men are waking up, because women are the ones that are responsible for their dating failure, their dating fatigue. They're the reason. See, guys who don't understand what's going on out here will think, damn, that's messed up. All these guys did her dirty. All these guys played with her. All these guys didn't want to take her seriously, but they pulled the wool over her eyes. No, it's funny how you can be a guy that they're asking for. You can be a guy that's straightforward with the communication and all that. Too much communication, you're clingy. Showing her too much affection, you're love bombing. Telling her you care off rip and wanting to be seriously intentional, you're giving her the ick. She goes in the other guy's direction. Then comes out here and blames all the other dudes, saying that it's a all men problem when it's really their fault. Roll the clip.
Have you guys seen that Affinity app? They want you to pay to download this app so that you can learn how to speak to men, so that you can be desirable for men so that you can learn how to crave his attention. The last time that I fucking remember, men were fucking men and men were the chasers. I don't know who the fuck, like, this is the reason why men nowadays want princess treatment. They want 50-50. They're not providers anymore. Men ain't fucking shit nowadays because of shit like this. Social media fucking telling them, oh, you need to be chased. You need to get the fuck out of here with this shit. No, abso-fucking-lutely not. No, 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 no. We're not role reversing here. If we're gonna role reverse, you better let me fucking peg you. I better be wearing the strap on. I better be able to put it up your butt. We're gonna fucking do that shit. I'm gonna be the provider. I'm gonna be the fucking soul everything. No, I'm putting it up your butt now. Just because. Because when it comes to animals, that doing that shit, whoever gets on top shows dominance. So if I'm gonna be the fucking man in this relationship, guess what? Guess what's happening to you? Fucking dumbass shit. Ladies need the women. The fact that you're a woman makes men want you. That's it. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Exist. Literally just fucking exist. A man will want you. That's it. And he'll chase after you. That's all you gotta do.
See, they say that men don't want to settle down. Men want younger women. Men want this. Men want this. They don't know the first thing about a man. They don't know the first thing about what a man wants, because here's the thing that's actually hilarious. Men are telling you out here what they want, and you guys say, I don't care. I don't care. This is what I want. That's what they say, right? They don't care. So men say, you know what? I'm going to go after the women that do care, and I'm going to make it easy to find out the women that do care versus the women that don't. This is why they scratch their head. I rejected him. Why isn't he trying again? He offered coffee. I said, no, I want this. And he just said goodbye. Men are even being nice about it. Have a great one. Have a great day. Oh, never mind. I'm not interested. Have a good one. No, I have a boyfriend. All right, you have a great day. Not getting mad, stomping their feet, kicking and screaming. Nah, because when we look for the rejection, which I'm always telling you, when we look for it, when we look for a woman who's not interested, when we look for a woman that is lacking in certain areas of the energy that we want from a woman, when a guy has standards, he says, I want bubbly energy. I want a woman who's going to be pleasant. I don't want a woman running all of these games and stuff. And the moment she does that, he gets out the way. Men are waking up. It's faster for them to move out of your way so you can find a guy that you actually want to get with. But will that man take you seriously? That's the question that we need to ask. Women are struggling out here to find quality guys, or whatever they're always saying, a quality dude, because they don't understand that he's going to want something too in return. This is psychological. Women think that I show up, I give box, he does the rest. That's not how that goes. And until they understand this, they're going to keep spinning in the same circles. But see, men are winning. Men are winning because here's how it goes. Yes, women are goofy all across the board, but there are women that are going to want a guy and know how to get a guy. Now, if a guy bumps into her, that's cool. If he doesn't, that's cool. If you don't, your life depends on it. We're seeing it happening right now. We're going to see who needs who. Did the video the other day explaining to you guys in one segment how it's hard to live out here. The economy, bro, you need two incomes. They don't want to conform to a guy because, see, the job keeps them busy, but that ain't order, that ain't structure. That's not order, that's not structure. That's somewhere where they get paid and they come back out here and they do whatever they want. But now that they're pulling benefits, they're taking things away from them. We're going to see. We're really going to see. So they can sit out here and struggle to find guys that want to settle down. But see, that's the word settle down. We need to eliminate that. Shouldn't even be in a guy's vocabulary. Settle. I'm not settling for nothing. We didn't settle for each other. I wanted you. You wanted me. And we got on. But they're having a hard time because they're out here and they're making a list of demands. They nitpick over the smallest stuff, even down to a guy's shirt, even though he could change the shirt, even down to his haircut. He can change his haircut. Even down to his shoes, he can change the shoes. Now, I tell you, you should be on point, but it's just giving you a glimpse on how they pick dudes. How they pick dudes. See, it's like this. You would think that you need to do a bunch of stuff like this and say that. It doesn't matter. One guy can say the same thing. Another guy can say the same thing, but she'll go for one guy over the other guy. But the other guy tends to be the wrong guy. There's no sweat off your back, bro. Guys always do this too when they're not quite there yet. When they don't understand everything fully. They'll be like, no, I should give her a chance. No, she's been through a lot. Nah, she this, nah, she that. On my side, that's not how I instruct my brothers to move. You already know what it is. It's him gang or nothing. You are him, they are them. The they are them part is, yeah, I hear all of that. But you are him, I'm him, so I'm only worried about what I'm saying. Through my own experience, I understand the game. For the guys that don't, they're gonna go for that. And these be the sucker dudes that they end up with. But like I said, they're still struggling, ain't enough suckers. Now imagine that, they need to find an attractive, competent sucker. You're not gonna find that. You're gonna have a guy who has it, he's a sucker, he wants to give it to you, he ain't that attractive. A guy that's goofy, ain't that charming, ain't that charismatic, but he got it like that, he'll give it to you. A guy who's cocky, charming, charismatic, good in the sack, don't have it like that. I mean, bro, the things that they're looking at, they don't really have a lot to choose from. This is why I tell you, you become the prize the moment you embody all those things. Some guys don't want to put in the work, that's fine. You're going to be one of the guys they look down on. See, when a woman even rejects you, right? The reason why they're struggling to find dudes that want to settle down and quality dudes to them is because when you embody all these things, a chick can reject you, try to disrespect you, flake on you, play with you. All of this stuff, it never affects you because you look at her like you're goofy. I'm the type of guy you're talking about. I'm the type of guy that women are saying and talking about. And you're just acting like I'm not that guy, so you don't recognize me as him. Have a nice day. And the more men start to act like that, but actually put in the work and feel this way about themselves, oh, it's gonna get worse out here.